Hey Honors Lit, this is Mrs. H giving you the completing the sentence, talking you through the completing the sentence for vocab lesson 10. Obviously I'm in the gym because that's the only quiet place during my planning period. So here we go. Once again, vocab 10, and these are completing the sentences. I have 3 challenges on this in this lesson, so listen carefully. Number 1, the many inconsistencies in the suspect's story made the police highly doesn't sound right, incredulous or skeptical, okay, of his alibi. Skeptical, all right, is number 1. Number 2, we learned that the matchless discipline and superior leadership of the Roman legions made them all but, well, incapable of being conquered or invincible. Invincible. Number 3, the warmth of the June sun made him feel so kind of tired and lazy that he scarcely had the energy to brush away the flies. The word we're looking for here, and this is one you could really, it's easy to deposit in your word bank, is languid. Languid, because it kind of sounds like liquid, slow moving, languid, okay? Number 4, poor diet, lack of exercise, and insufficient rest have done a great deal to damage his health. The word we're looking for there, the synonym is impair. Impair. Number 5 is going to be one of our extra credit challenge points. She understands math very well, but she did poorly on the examination because of hasty work in computation. The answer from this list is slipshod. What is another word or synonym for slipshod that we had in previous lessons? That's what I want to know. Synonyms for slipshod, okay? Number 6, to improve their standard of living, the people of that underdeveloped country must learn to use to the greatest extent, to use or to develop. The word we're looking for is exploit the resources of their land. Now, there's some negative connotations to the word exploit or exploit, depending on, it's one of those words where the accent kind of changes the meaning. If you exploit someone, like the young kids in England during the Victorian age, they were exploited for their to work for their working. They were used improperly used to work an inappropriate amount of hours a day for little pay or no pay, just for food. All right, so they were definitely exploited. Okay. So it can have negative connotations. Okay. Number 7, against the solemn hush of the memorial service, Marcia's boisterous laughter, now boisterous, I believe, was one of our words before, boisterous laughter was singularly, the word we're looking for there is obtrusive. Obtrusive. It's a noise that doesn't belong, a sudden interrupting noise that doesn't belong. Okay? Obtrusive. So if there's dead silence, somebody and dead silence. There's a big test. Silence, 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 and somebody's phone goes off. That's obtrusive. Okay? And a good way to use it. Number 8, marching over the, kind of, uneven, challenging terrain. Under the broiling sun, we were soon on the verge of exhaustion. The word we're looking for there is rugged, all right? It's uneven, it causes some issues. It could be, severe cliffs, or it could require just a lot of difficult maneuvers. That would be rugged, okay? Let's see here. Number 9, the small but powerful halfback from Syracuse was one of the lightest men ever to play professional football. The word we're looking for is diminutive, okay? Diminutive. Small, slightly built, that's diminutive. Yeah, I think that's that word you probably have heard before. Why do you, number 10, why do you take it upon yourself to scold me whenever I say or do anything even slightly out of line? The word we're looking for there is chide. To chide. And that means to scold or reprimand. Okay? Number 11, before we get into specific details of our proposal, we should write a kind of an introduction to the proposal that will explain in general terms what we want to do. The word we're looking for is preamble. We have a preamble to the Declaration of Independence, kind of sets up the points, why and what you're going to hear in a more detailed format later, and that's what a preamble does. Okay, kind of sets up the main points that are going to be addressed in further detail later on. Number 12 is going to be a challenge point. How can you aspire, is the word we're looking for, to work in the space program when you haven't been able to pass your science and math courses? Okay, I want to know the noun form. Okay, I want to know the noun form. Right, of aspire. Number 13, the social worker said with great emphasis that anyone who would take advantage of a blind person is utterly, and we see this in the movie, in the first one with the first Despicable Me, all right, the main character there, the anti-hero there, who changes, acts very despicably. Okay, so despicable is my answer there. Number 14, his after-dinner speech was so polished and sure that we never guessed it was spontaneous. The word we're looking for is extemporaneous. Extemporaneous, off the cuff, without any practice. That's what extemporaneous means. Okay, number 15, the Welsh mining village with its rows of drab cottages seemed terribly unwelcoming and uninviting in the cold autumn rain. All right, the word I'm looking for is bleak. Now I have this marked as one that, so I'm guessing there's another word in a previous lesson that is synonymous with the word bleak. Okay, so I guess that's why I have it marked as a extra credit word. So give me a synonym for bleak. Okay. Number 16, the master silversmith was fantastically skilled. in the use of his simple hand tools. And the word we're looking for, a synonym for skilled, is adept. He's fantastically adept in the use of simple. So he's skilled in it. He has the dexterity for it. Okay? 17. There are many millions of people throughout the world still waiting to be freed from the bonds of grinding poverty. The word we're looking for there is emancipate. Emancipate is a verb that means to free. Okay. So give me. Here's a fourth challenge point. Give me a document that a major historical document that uses this word in its noun form. Okay. 18. Since it had rained heavily all night, the newly plowed fields were by now an almost impassable, like a swamp or a mire. A mire is like a swampy, muddy, slushy ground, but it can also be a difficult situation. Okay, if you're in a or the mire of despair, if you're down about something and you just can't seem to get out of this rut or this mire, all right, it's this pit, okay, that can be a mire, okay. And then our last one, our 19. After hearing the charges against the accused student, the principal said she would give her decision shortly, and that is render. Okay, could also be giving it officially. As principal, she'd be able to render a decision because she has the authority to do so. Okay. 20. Instead of admitting openly that he didn't know how to get to Lake Placid, he gave us completely, and the word we're looking for there, completely wrong or erroneous directions. We see the word error in there, so erroneous is the adjective form. Okay, so let's see here. I hope this helps you out, and I'll post this as soon as possible. See ya.